Our congratulations, dear organizers of the 5th International Conference on Sustainable Futures, Environmental, Technological, Social, and Economic Matters, as well as its participants. Thank you for the opportunity to speak and present the results of our joint work, which is dedicated to today's current important issue, the transformation of the business ecosystem model into a development strategy, which we are considering using the example of energy companies. Our team includes of scientists and young researchers who represent the Ivano-Frankivsk National Technical University of Oil and Gas. For the presentation of the results of joint research, I will give the place to Vladyslav Psyuk.
The purpose of our presentation is to characterize the relevance and structure of the background of business ecosystem model, working out and its implementation at strategy companies, and background of business ecosystem model, working out and its implementation at energy companies, and to determine the ways of its interconnected and interdependent components transformation into strategy. To achieve the purpose of the next research methods were considered: generalization for formatting the business ecosystem model by considering the main environment determinants creating this model; integration to connect modern ecosystem changes with business purposes and processes; modeling to describe the way of designing interconnected and interrelated business ecosystem activity; synthesis to connect the model with the company strategy with using of transformation process elements; questionnaire to investigate the stakeholders' approach to collaboration activity in the sample of energy companies' stakeholders. Modern global trends in the development of energy are determined by the need of energy resources and the problems of uncertainty, complexity, and dynamism of changes that accompany the processes of satisfying humanity with energy resources. It is assumed that in the next 10 years, the structure of energy consumption and their energy intensity will not change significantly, and consumption will increase by 2 units of kilojoule per person. Despite solving the important tasks of meeting the needs for energy resources, energy companies have a significant impact on the environment. Those of the exciting traditional types of energy resources, natural gas, and has the lowest emission volume. Taking into account the availability of gas extraction capacities and promising fields in Ukraine, as well as the importance of gas extraction as a source of energy resources, it is important to take into account the specified trends in the activities of oil and gas production enterprises. The desire to ensure sustainable and stable development of the energy sector led to the adoption of a number of documents that define the strategic directions of development, in particular of energy enterprises. The specified trends and challenges are reflected in the development of energy companies and influence the formation of their development strategies. We consider the condition of strategic goals based on taking into account business interests, environmental protection, and reducing the negative impact on energy companies, so the idea of forming a business ecosystem model. This model assesses the potential of business structures, natural ecosystems, and human resources for their interaction and sustainable development. The construction of business models allows to identify the main criteria and types of activities, processes, technologies, people, their relationship, and influence on the implementation of defined development strategies. The inclusion of tools and means of modern eco-technologies in the model allows to change the existing state of energy companies and to achieve results in accordance with strategies. The process of moving from the company's existing state to the strategic goals occurs through transformation. the process of fundamental changes in systems, processes, people, and technologies across the entire business and businesses units to achieve improvements in results, efficiency, and stakeholder engagement. The future development of energy companies, according to the result of research by McKinsey consulting company, is achieved through the consistent solution of the following transformational steps. The formation of an appropriate portfolio, the definition of values that the companies of the portfolio are aimed at satisfying, the determination of the necessary competencies, and the choice of business model, among which ecological research is of great importance. Management practice involves three types, types of transformation, which depends on the company's readiness for change, the environment in which the company operates, and management, which considers change as a necessary condition for the organization's development. We offer to consider the experience of the Ukraine gas extraction energy company, which is engaged in a gas extraction. The company implements and plans to expand measures that are provided in the field of main and auxiliary activities and are aimed at reducing CO2 emissions, waste management, so the implementation of the concept of green logistics, achieving energy efficiency and energy saving. The transformation of the model into the enterprise strategy based on the approval of technical measures with the use of appropriate technologies accompanied by the study and application of modern management technologies, developing a policy of collaboration and improving communications. The question reveals that on collaboration perception by stakeholders could be used in transformation, and the main issues necessary to align with the collaboration are inherited from the current perception of people, representing the entireness during the realization of business contracts. And getting results can help to create an environment and conditions for collaboration. Namely, 61% of representatives tend to require responsibility in the process of collaboration. Teamwork is leading when interacting with stakeholders. At the same time, 11% of respondents do not have a clear strategy of interaction with stakeholders. On the question, how often do you collaborate with stakeholders, the most answers indicated the condition when it's needed. It's 55%. 11% of respondents indicated the need according to the one-time concluded agreement, and 17% of them constantly support relationships with stakeholders. Thus, we can conclude that collaboration isn't considered as continuous process, but mostly at one-time action, and this requires appropriate policy of collaboration formation. Evaluating trust in cooperation with other enterprises, it was determined that 50% of respondents are inclined to test previous experience. Thus, the results of the survey allows us to identify issues and directions for the future development of the prerequisites for transformation, such as the willingness and ability of stakeholders to support changes and facilitate their implementation. The expected results from the considered tools for transforming the model into a development strategy are changes in the worldview of both managers and executives regarding the needs to solve business tasks, taking into account environmental factors and the growing role of people in solving this task. Changes in activities affecting the implementation of modern management technologies, for example, green logistics. Consideration of global processes and challenges in the development strategy. Improvement of communication and cooperation skills. The proposed recommendations can be used by enterprises of various industries that aim to improve their activities in accordance with the strategic goals that take into account energy, efficiency, safety, and security issues. Thank you for your attention.